Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the regular season finale, week number 10 of the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton Game of the Week. As the Bulldogs of Berwick travel to Hazelton to take on the hometown Cougars of Hazelton area. You are looking live at Harmon Geist Stadium, home of the Hazelton area Cougars. Thank you for joining us tonight on WYLN. I'm Marty Burns, joined as always by the coach Joe DeMelfi, Jim Burns on the stats. It is senior night at Hazelton Area High School, where tonight senior members of the football team and band were honored pre-game. So we have a moment. Let's go down field level and hear from the Hazelton Area High School marching band.
Desire quickly turns to scorn as winter turns a cold shoulder to survival. The chilling winds erase the memory of those vivid summer days, and you wonder if the world will ever return to its former glory. Just as all hope seems lost, spring begins its tireless pursuit yet again. The seasons press on, keeping close tomorrow's fortune. I've been told, if you listen closely enough, they just may tell you their secrets. Like the seasons, life is an ever-changing cycle, with no beginning and no end. Just like the seasons, if you listen closely. Did you hear it?
That has been the Hazleton Area High School Marching Band with their pregame performance. You may have seen in one of our overhead shots, the Berwick Bulldogs are on the field. All that's left to the corner to our left is the arrival of the Hazleton Area Cougars. And Joe, we saw it on the opening graphic of the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton Game of the Week. 4-5 Bulldogs, 7-2 Cougars. But when these two teams get together, those records pretty much get thrown out the window.
And one of the things, both of these teams, as you look at the graphic, Lehigh Valley Health Network, 4-5, Berwick, 7-2, both teams have playmakers, Marty. They can make big plays, score quickly as the Cougars come on the field.
And you may have seen in the midst of that, there's a number 7 for the Cougars. We should let you know right off the bat. Matthew Casadas will be wearing 7 tonight from talking to Coach Bookman pregame. Number 4 had a rough night last week. The jersey, I'm not sure it can be repaired. So Matthew Casadas tonight will be wearing number 7. So just a little bookwork there, Coach, before we get started. And I believe we're about set to go back down field level and hear from the Hazleton Area Marching Band with the Hazleton Area Alma Mater and tonight's national anthem. That has been the Hazleton Area Marching Band with the alma mater for Hazleton Area High School and our national anthem. We are just about set for kickoff, and first we start with the officials. Our referee tonight, Mr. Jay Rowan. John Basic, the umpire. The linesman is Chris Basic. Tom Chapago is the line judge. Jeremy Arish, the field judge, and tonight's side judge is Brian Schwartz. The men in stripes for tonight, and they will soon meet with both teams' captains. And just about set for football. But Joe, for this Hazleton area group and for seniors all over the country, not only our area, this group went through things that a lot of groups never go through. Played for a different coach freshman year, had Dennis Bookman come on when they were sophomores, which ended up being a pandemic year. Come back, not having limited fans attend. Finally get them back for your senior year, and all of a sudden now you're playing your final home game of the regular season here at Harmon Guy Stadium.
I'll tell you what, though, the seniors led the way, Marty. They are 7-2, looking at a playoff spot. In fact, both of these teams are probably looking at playoff spots. But Coach Bookman has done a great job this year with them, along with Coach Bennett. So it should be a good ball game, Marty. Like I said, both teams have some playmakers, can make the big play. Who makes the stop is going to be a big part of the game. Last week, the Bulldogs had trouble with Crestwood. Early they had an answer We talked about that, but then through the last three quarters really had a tough time.
And the captains, as you see, are meeting with Jay Rowan. And we'll get the coin toss results. Berwick won the toss and deferred, I should mention. Hazelton Area will get the ball to start senior night 2022 at Hazelton Area High School. And I'm not sure what's going on. A couple of the officials seem to have already raised the ire of Dennis Bookman as he has brought Jay Rowan to meet with Athletic Director Fred Barletta. I'm not really sure what could be the situation. Can only speculate, but there's a long conversation, as you see in the middle of your screen, between Jay Rowan and Athletic Director Fred Barletta, with head coach Dennis Bookman listening in. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm sure this will be further discussion at a later date. Unless, of course, it's something that's going to affect the game that we would end up hearing an announcement from Jay Rowan. But I'm getting the thought we may not, Joe.
Well, we have a couple of people. Coach Bookman, as you mentioned, the AD, Fred Barletta. But there's a lot of discussion. Both kickoff team for Hazelton, receiving team, return team for Berwick, ready to go.
And Joe, speaking of athletic directors, I was disappointed I did not come across one Bo Orlando tonight.
Not sure where Coach Orlando is, but
he's very soft-spoken, doesn't have a lot to say, Coach.
He does not have a lot to say.
So it still doesn't look like Coach Bookman's particularly thrilled. Fred Barletta is going to head off. Jay Rowan's going to meet with his other officials. I'm sure this will be a discussion for a later date, but Hazelton Area will receive the ball. They'll be in the red going from right to left on your screen. The Berwick Bulldogs come in the white going from left to right. We are just about set. Heading back deep for Hazelton Area. Once again, if you're just joining us, he's wearing number 7 tonight, Matthew Casadas. Number 28, Connor Kundrat. And if you kick it short, there's Bookman and Shamani in front of them, so
they're part of the weapons I was talking about for Hazelton Area as the Bulldogs and Luke Peters get ready to.
And I think because the festivities took so long, we heard over the PA announcement, Hazelton Area was penalized 5 yards for delay of game for the late start. So number 1, Luke Peters, will be kicking off from the 45. This is Kundrat across the 20. Breaks one tackle. Kundrat still bowling his way across the 30. Whistles finally blow and say forward progress was stopped. But another nice return from Connor Kundrat.
Kundrat has run the ball very well from the line of scrimmage the last couple of games that we've seen him. Took about 4 or 5 Bulldogs to bring him down, as the offense will start from the 34-yard line.
One of these seniors on senior night, Tyler Wolf, out of the gun. Gives to Bookman. Berwick ready for him, holds him to a gain of maybe a yard.
Left side of that offensive line, Berwick getting there very quickly.
Makes it 2nd and 9 for the Cougars on their own 35.
One of the things our local paper had, Marty, was in the 7 games that Hazelton Area has won, they've rushed for over 250 yards. The 2 games they lost, they rushed for under 100 yards. So obviously the running game, very important.
And already you've put Jim Burns on attention. Wolf to pass. Off the hands of Bookman, incomplete.
For Matthew Bookman goes incomplete.
Braylon Hawkins there on the coverage. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Pass a little in front of receiver. So, we're looking at the first 3rd down attempted conversion.
Ball marked at the Cougar 35, 3rd and 9. They're going to run a draw play to Matthews. Matthews has the first down and more in the Grand Central. First down out to the 49, a gain of 14.
Matthews quickly, right side, almost like a dive play, Marty. Look at this. Quarterback, and there you see it, up the field.
First and 10, Cougars on their own 49-yard
Found
line.
a crease. Right side of that offensive line doing their job. Cougars pick up the first down.
And Joe, we should mention that's El Presidente Matthews, as he is senior class president of Hazleton Area High School. Led by his great campaign team that consisted of Shamani Casadas and Kevin Guzman.
And a little bit of a 5-yarder, I believe.
Joe, not to pick on them, but is that usually the case where everybody knew the snap count except maybe the guy with the football?
Well, now they're moving it. But I think you're right. And I remember back once when our quarterback said to me, it was on 3, I said, I'm the center. I'll snap it when I want.
Movement up front, and I think we're going to go back to 1st and 10.
Defensively, and I'm going to say it one more time, if the ball's not snapped and you step across, it's a penalty.
Side penalty against Berwick.
And
So-
Berwick was penalized a couple times last week with that exotic shift from Crestwood. So back to 1st and 10 from the 49. Four receivers set for the Cougars. They give to Bookman. Slabinski came up, and then I believe that was Hawkins that helped finish off the play for a loss.
Slabinski, though, slowed him down.
Tackle is made by Braylon Hawkins.
As you're going to take a look at it here, went to
The
handoff, and right there you see Slabinski. And then Hawkins. Now we're back to 2nd and 15, maybe a few yards more than 15.
Three receivers to Wolf's left, to the bottom of your screen. Wolf looks that way, but he'll sling it out to Bookman. Gets away from Hawkins, but a host of white jerseys converge, led by Spencer Kishbaugh.
By Spencer Kishbaugh.
Spencer Kishbaugh tracks it down. Bookman right here looked like he's going to escape, but there Spencer Kishbaugh comes in. He runs. Kishbaugh's a very good player. Runs the field well, makes tackles in the open field.
3rd down and a long 15, we'll call it. Wolf to pass. Looking across the middle, has a man. That was Casadas as he was hit hard by Sheptalk. And it's going to be, see where the spot is, 4th down and about
44-yard line.
Maybe 3. Marty, great concentration by Casadas as he takes the ball across the middle of the field, and Sheptalk puts a great hit on him. Casadas thought he had the first down picked up, but 3 yards short. So a 4th down attempted conversion here.
Bookman pulling his way inside the 40 to get a Grand Central first down on 4th and 3.
Tackle
I'll tell you what, Marty, the last 2 or 3 yards was all Bookman. There you see
38-yard line.
lineman pulling, and Bookman, as I said, kept his feet moving. Juan Fabian was pulling from left to right there, try to open something up.
And I know Coach Bookman would like to mention Juan was the guest this past week on Sports Talk, so coming out and playing well. Quarterback draw for Wolf, and he'll get to about the 34 for a gain of 4.
Taken down by Spencer Kishbaugh.
Spencer Kishbaugh tracked him down, picked up a couple.
Gain of 3 on the play, where it'll be 2nd and 7.
And at the very least, Joe, a time-consuming drive, as you see on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazleton. Over 5 minutes off the clock already here in this opening quarter. Berwick hasn't had the ball yet offensively.
Ideal situation, Marty. Move the ball and come away with points.
9th play of the drive is Bookman. Trying to find room in the middle. Berwick again stacks it up nicely, but Bookman does all he can to gain 3.
4 down territory, so
Peters was in on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Brings up a 3rd
look at the
and 3
situation.
for the
Coach
Cougars.
Bookman for Hazleton. Let's get it if we can, but we're going to have a shot if we don't.
Four receiver set. Casadas and Shimani to the top of your screen. Berwick gives the look of a blitz. Play clock down to 5. Down to 2. They get it off. Wolf under pressure, going down the middle of the field. Casadas got it. Touchdown, Cougars. 8-2. Italian guys. Pizzeria. Cougar touchdown.
They were in double slot. Slot right, slot left, which gives the secondary no choice but pretty much go man to man. And Casadas, end zone, touchdown, good throw by Wolf.
And that number 7 will stay on for the point after. Straight on kick. Shades of Mark Mosley, coach. But the Bulldogs look like they jump, and got to see Cos Curry before we got on the air doing radio tonight for Berwick, and in honor of his dad that would always do it. You get that penalty half the distance, we're going for 2.
And the Cougars will follow that example.
As Tyler Wolf trots onto the field with the play, leading 6-0, looking for 2. Casadas and Shimani to the bottom of your screen. They give to Bookman. And Bookman is in for 2. 5:42 left in the opening quarter. 8-0 Cougars.
Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
We welcome you back to the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton Game of the Week. Hazleton area takes the opening possession and leads 8-0. Matthew Casatis on for the Barbush Automotive kickoff. That's going to be a low squibbing kick that Sheptok will pick up at the 21. Sheptok trying to get to the outside, will get near the 30, where the Bulldogs will start their opening possession, trailing 8-0.
Marty Hazleton on the score. Casatis 31-yard pass from Wolf. PAT Bookman for 2. 10 plays, 66 yards. Wolf to Casatis. 2 big plays, 43 yards of that drive.
So senior quarterback Matt Lonzinski brings the Bulldogs out 1st and 10. And it's going to be Sheptok trying to bounce it outside, and he is going to get out across the 30 to the 34 for a gain of about 4.
Ran that little bit of a stretch play right off the tackle as Sheptok picks up a 3. We're looking at a 2nd and 7.
Get a look at the Blaze Alexander family dealerships of Greater Hazleton first quarter scoreboard. Opening possession of the night for Berwick as the Cougars took the opening drive over 6 minutes off the clock and lead 8-0. That was Wilk in motion. Lonzinski's pass to Kishbaugh, and they did finally rule incomplete, as that was obviously a forward pass. But you credit the defense, they kept playing. They didn't hear a whistle immediately.
Kishbaugh went in motion very close to the quarterback. Again, the object being, don't let the defense see where the ball is. Pass by Lonzinski was a little low, so we're looking at a 3rd and about 7.
Great matchup at the bottom of your screen, Joe. Wilk offensively, Shamani defensively. Lonzinski, though, looks left. Throws, caught, complete. This is Kishbaugh. Breaks one tackle. Bookman will bring him down at midfield, but up before he picks up a grand central. Bulldog first down.
There you see, good throw by Lonzinski, but Spencer Kishbaugh. Nice catch. Shows you a little bit of speed as he turns it up the field, runs out of a tackle, brings it to midfield for the Bulldogs.
Nose of the football right at midfield, 1st and 10 Bulldogs. And this is Wilk on a direct snap. Wilk in open field! And Casatis will bring him down at the 25, a gain of 25.
Almost caught the defense a little unaware. Wilk lined up in that shotgun look. Took it to the left side. We're going to look on the corner here. We have some Berwick linemen pulling. Opened up a gap. Wilk picks up good yardage. Bulldogs moving it down the field.
And it's a grand central first down for the Bulldogs. Although I did notice that Wilk may have had a rough start to the game. He lost one of his Bulldog paws on the side of his helmet. Ball officially marked at the 24. Sheptok gets the carry, trying to find room on the short side. Goes out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot.
Driven out of bounds.
Picked up a couple, was able to get downhill pretty quickly. Let's see where they mark this.
They officially mark it at the 20, so the Bulldogs will be in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone with a 2nd and 6. And whistles on the near sideline. Hazleton area timeout, leading 8-0.
Timeout is taken by the Cougars.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazelton, Buick GMC. We are adding to the inventory, adding to the building, doing a bunch of upgrades, and adding to the team. I want to introduce you to some of these great players. Corey from Carbon County, Paul from Bloomsburg, Patrick from Stillwater, Chad from Bloomsburg-Berwick area, Werlin from Frackville, and Michelle from Cunningham. So whether you're from the coal region or the farm region, come see us at Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazelton. And remember this, we take the deals, you guys won't.
Hazelton area took a timeout defensively before this 2nd and 6 from the 20 in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone. Kishbon Slabinski in motion to the top of your screen. That's where Sheptalk goes. Sheptalk gets outside. It's going to depend on the spot as he stepped out of bounds. Preliminarily, it looks like a full first down, and that would be a Grand Central Bulldog first down.
The Bulldogs lined up in an I formation with Sheptalk at tailback, and again, corner, he gets there quickly. Good blocking, seals the corner.
So it will be 1st and 10 from the Cougar 14. Kishbon, Wilk, both to the bottom of your screen. But to give us to Sheptalk, not a lot in the middle. A host of red jerseys pushing back.
Good job by the Hazelton defense. As you look at it right here, I formation, wide slot right, and they try to run a little bit of a trap-type play, but the left side of that defense, right side as the offense looks at it, is up the field very quickly. And I think we're going to have
Berwick timeout. 2:57 left in the opening quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please...
Penn State Hazelton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
After Hazelton area used the timeout defensively, the Bulldogs and Coach Bennett used one offensively after a loss of about 3 on first down, making it 2nd and 13 for the Bulldogs, trailing 8-0. And you see it there on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazelton scoreboard. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining here in the opening half.
empty backfield.
And going straight up the middle is Ethan Lear. A flag is down back at the 18.
Ethan Lear with the carry on that. There is a flag on the play.
And it's a hold against the offense.
It is holding against the Bulldogs.
Lear picked up good yardage on that, but again, the penalty will bring it back. It will remain second down. But we're looking at second at about 20. .23. I was close, Marty, but not quite. Second and 23. They can pick up the first down, but gonna be tough. They come out with tight slot, wide slot.
Empty backfield for Lonzinski, and Hazelton area had to call a timeout. They didn't like what they saw. They lead 8-0. We'll keep it here.
Coach Bookman looked at the offensive set, then looked at his defense and caught it right at the snap count almost, Marty.
You sort of can tell when there's something that you've worked on in practice, when no matter what the sport is and you see a coach call timeout and they go stomping out.
One of the things, and we haven't talked about this a lot, is the defense must recognize the offensive set, who's eligible for a pass, and many times you get lost, and maybe it was supposed to be man and the safety was in a bad position, but again, important for the defense to recognize, especially in the secondary, to recognize who's eligible and who's not eligible.
So what that does is it leaves the Cougars with 2:31 left in the opening quarter down to one timeout for the rest of the half. Excuse me there. Bulldogs will have 2. The Bulldogs, as Joe mentioned earlier, 2nd and 23 from the Cougar 28. And the Bulldogs come out with a different look. Wilk, the receiver, to the bottom of your screen. Lear and Kishbaugh to the top. Lonzinski will get it to Sheptok. Sheptok gets away from Mathias but got pushed out of bounds by Kundrat after a gain of about 8.
You want to get that ball to Sheptok so that he might have a little room to run. Didn't happen. The Cougars did a nice job with the defense.
Called officially 3rd and 17 from the 21. Clock stopped as Sheptok went out of bounds at 2:25 remaining in the opening quarter, 8-0 Cougars. But Berwick trying to answer on their opening possession of the game. Lonzinski pumps, now he's going to try to scramble. He's hit by Minor and brought down shy of the 10.
He is tackled.
Lonzinski
by Quavon Minor.
Took it up the field after feeling a little pressure. He wanted to throw it, then changed his mind. Does a good job of getting the ball down the field. We're looking at 4th down and about 9.
And this first quarter clock quickly under 2 minutes remaining. Only 2 possessions combined in this opening quarter to this point. 4th and 9, as Coach mentioned. Ball marked at the 13. Lonzinski looks, flag stopped the play. Jay Rowan threw the flag, checks his mic. And as we heard, false start against the offense.
False start of the Bulldogs.
So it'll push them back to the 18. Makes it 4th down and 14 as they have to get to the Cougar 4 for a first.
As you said, Marty, they can come up with the first down without getting it into the end zone. Double slop.
Lonzinski looks, being pressured, throws across the middle, incomplete. Looking for Kishbaugh and Casatis on the coverage defensively for the Cougars as they hold on downs.
Lonzinski made the throw. Looked like it might have a chance, but Casatis playing good pass defense on Kishbaugh's slant route. The Cougars will take possession with 1:31 left, first quarter.
So 1st and 10 from the 18. That drive for the Bulldogs, 10 plays, 52 yards. 4:11 off the clock, but their score still stands at 0. This is Kundrat.
Kundrat on the carry.
And the Bulldogs were ready for him as he gets maybe a yard to the 19.
Dre Wilk coming up very quickly to put a hit on Kundrat. Picked up maybe a yard.
And I guess his family will be flipping channels as East Carolina in BYU tonight. I guess kickoff coming up about 20 minutes or so. But hopefully they're enjoying your commentary.
Well, they put it on, they're taping the...
Wolf takes off up the sideline. He'll go out of bounds. Depends where he went out, but appears to have a Grand Central first down.
Dangerous, Marty. Good speed. Once he gets outside with no one putting pressure, there you see it. He breaks contain. Puts a lot of pressure on the secondary.
And almost forces you out of man, right?
Well, I mean, you have to react to Wolf if he breaks contain. That's the problem when a quarterback gets to the corner with no one around him.
He rolls left. Got Casadas. He's across the 40. Casadas in the Berwick territory. Still on his feet and brought down at about the 49. Flag down. May have been a popular call. We saw a lot last week. A face mask.
Right at the 48-yard line, as you see Wolf come out, sets, Casadas makes the catch, and there you see the face mask. So we're going to, I believe it's...
May only be a 5-yarder, but
right.
I believe the face mask is the call. We'll see what Jay Rowan says. And it is the 5-yard variety. So along with the penalty and the yardage gain, another Grand Central first down for the Cougars as they have the ball at the Berwick 44, 1st and 10.
Casadas running a nice route across the middle. Berwick looked to be in a zone-type secondary.
This will be Bookman finding nothing on that right side. I believe that was Tristan English leading the charge for the Bulldog defense.
Now there's a good example, Marty. Good contain there. And Bookman knew he couldn't get to the corner, so he stopped and tried to take it back. But Tristan English right there.
The clock here at Harmon Geist Stadium goes to zeros. Throw a quarter. Hazelton area 8, Berwick nothing. You're watching the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton Game of the Week here on WYLN.
I see trouble on the way.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central here to ask you, is your kitchen ready for an overhaul? We offer free in-home consultation and design, no interest financing, professional removal and installation, countertop and backsplashes, hardwood and laminate floors, kitchen appliance sales, service and installation, and of course, everyday low prices. Grand Central in Hazelton, helping you make your house a home.
Memberships are available at the Valley Country Club in Sugarloaf. The new upgrades will leave you with a distinctive and unique experience unlike any other venue in Northeast PA. Call Frank Gradis 570-233-5328. Email vccpro@thevalleycountryclub.com.
And happy Halloween weekend to everyone out there. Start of the second quarter, 8-0 Cougars.
Marty, first quarter, Hazelton 30 yards rushing, 66 yards passing, 96 total yards. The Bulldogs 45 yards rushing, 23 passing, 68 total yards.
And the Berwick defense definitely keying on number 1 in red. Another rush for a loss for Bookman has it 2nd down and 13 to start the second quarter for the Cougars, going from left to right on your screen in the red. Wolf looking for Shamani. He can't get it. There defensively was Billy Hansen.
I tell you what, good coverage by Hansen. Wolf threw it up. Shamani is 6'4", As there you see Wolf with the throw. But Hansen staying right there, forcing a third down for the Cougars.
3rd and 13. 3 receivers set to the bottom of your screen. They're going to run a draw, and Berwick was ready for it. No gain. I believe that was... It was Kundrat on the carry, and it's going to bring up 4th and long. And I believe Coach Bookman's going to send out the punt unit, and it'll be our first BLB Auto Sales punt of the night. But beware, the Cougars did run a couple of fakes last week that gained first downs.
Exactly, Marty. The ball's at the 46, 47-yard line of Berwick, so they shouldn't fall asleep.
And Casadas gets off a high kick that Wilk will come up and take at the 16. Wilk straight up the field! And Wilk will get all the way out near the 40. Great return for Dre Wilk.
Dre Wilk did a great job fielding that punt. Picks up about 15 or 20 yards. Bulldogs will start their offense at their own 40 as we're looking at the punt and then the return.
And I know the first rule that you love, Coach, he caught the football.
You got it. Saves number one. They're going to start their offense at the 39, their own. If he'd let that roll, they'd be back at the 10 or 15-yard line.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs, and it'll be Sheptalk. Met by Xander Coleman, among others, brought for a loss of about 3.
Hazelton's defensive front right now playing very well. We talk about trying to run the football, but you can't run the football when the defense is 2 or 3 yards up the field. 2nd and 13.
Want to remind you, coming up at halftime, Jim Burns will compile the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau halftime stats, get a look at first half highlights. I believe we'll hear from the Berwick Marching Band. That's all coming up at halftime.
One of the things you could do is stretch the field.
Lonzinski slung it out to Sheptalk. Football loose. I thought he was down, and the officials say yes. He was down after the gain of 4 to the 40, bringing up 3rd and 9.
Throw was into the sideline. You see the throw. Not a lot of room to run there. A lot of people defensively talking about stretch the field. Let's see if the Bulldogs take advantage of wide field to their offensive left side.
Lonzinski looks that way. He's looking for Lear, and he overshot him. Incomplete.
Ethan Lear is incomplete.
Looked like he might have had something, but ball was up. Couldn't quite get there. Bulldogs looking at a 4th down.
And it looks like the Bulldogs will play field position here. They should gain an advantage here with the BLB Auto Sales punt. Wilk to punt it away. Back deep will be Casadas and Bookman for the Cougars as they stand at about their 24-yard line. High kick. That's going to take a Bulldog roll, but picked up by Casadas. He keeps running backwards, looking to try to get to the outside. Great job in special teams, Bo Sheptalk.
Taken down by Bo Sheptalk.
Casadas trying to use his speed to get to the corner, but Sheptalk matches him step for step and then makes a great play on special teams. You're going to see it here. You see Sheptalk closing, and he does the right thing. Don't let the returner get to your outside shoulder.
And you got to see it on that great camera work on the S.J. Kowalski replay, Joe, but as you mentioned, he just kept sliding along, didn't overcommit, and then when he had the opportunity, attacked.
Made a great open field tackle.
Absolutely.
The Cougars start their offense.
This will be Bookman trying to find running room wherever he can. did all he could just to go for no gain.
Not much there. Bulldogs playing very good defense at this point, as is
and
the Hazleton defense.
Joe,
Marty.
I'm sorry. I
That's
apologize.
okay.
The young man that led that charge, very impressed. He's a senior, Tristan English. We've called his name a lot the last several years. Very impressed with this young man and how well he's played for Berwick, especially on the defensive side.
He has played very well, and runs the field, can get there.
Play action. Wolf looking for Casadas. Got it. And he is down to the 33. Gain of 24 to Grand Central. First down with Hawkins on the coverage and the tackle.
Looked like Hawkins was going to come away. Here you see Wolf. He makes the throw. Casadas makes a huge play with Hawkins right there. First down for the Cougars.
Sounds like we're at the track.
I don't see any horses.
And I don't think anybody'd say Chubby'd be a jockey. Low snap, broken play. Matthews got the handoff and got maybe two. And for a play that was on the verge of disaster, Hazleton area picks up positive yardage.
One other high school football score from District 11 is Emmaus.
Wolf did a nice job
Parkland 7.
picking that ball up.
We're in the first quarter of action.
Clock continuing to run, under 8 minutes left in the half.
Second and about 8, Marty.
Play action. Wolf rolls left, gets it to Matthews. Kishbaugh hauls him down out near the 40.
Kishbaugh again making a nice tackle. Here you see Matthews goes to the flat. Wolf comes out of that fake, but Kishbaugh, and we talked about him before, being able to get certain places on the field because he runs well.
So ball marked at the 39. It's going to bring up third down and 4. Play clock to 5 as the snap gets to Wolf and knocked away from Casadas nicely. Another time we've seen Braylon Hawkins defensively, Joe.
I thought he really thought he had the interception on Casadas with that pass from Wolf, but here he does an excellent job on the short throw. Just wanted to pick up the first down, but Hawkins right there to knock it away.
So the Cougars will line up for the BLB Auto Sales punt.
Good defensive stand by the Bulldogs.
Wilk again back deep, awaiting the punt from Casadas. And he'll try to angle this kick away from Wilk, and he does it nicely, as it'll take a sideways roll at the 26, and that's where Berwick will start with 6:20 left in the half, trailing 8-0. I'd like to thank the Third Base Luncheonette for supplying our crew meal tonight, as they have all season long and for so many seasons here on WYLN. Third Base Luncheonette, located just off of 9th Street in Hazleton. Many thanks to the Third Base Luncheonette.
Marty, a very good observation by the coaching staff. Kicking away from Dre Wilk. They do not want him to return that thing. He's done a great job of that this year for the Bulldogs. They will start their offense at their own 25.
Lonzinski rolls right, throws, caught, complete by Kishbaugh. Casadas forced him out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot, and it appears he got 10 and enough for a Grand Central first down.
Good throw, good catch. Kishbaugh again showing his versatility on the offensive side.
Berwick first down.
First time we've really seen Lonzinski roll or sprint out to make that throw.
I believe Wilk is going to take the direct snap. And Hazelton area ready for it this time. I believe it was Connor Kundrat that got to him first.
I said last time I think they caught the Hazelton defense
Immediately by Quavon Minor.
not realizing Wilk was back there. This time,
Robert Anderson.
a host of defensive players from the Cougars right there, forcing a 2nd and about 14.
And I know that's the one play Coach Bookman loves is when he gets to call team defense and just see a lot of those white hats chasing the football.
Both these teams defensively swarm to the ball. They have a lot of people around the ball. And
as Joe mentioned, it's 2nd and 14 from the 32. Lonzinski back to pass. Throws down the middle of the field looking for Wilk and overshot him, incomplete. Shamani was the closest Cougar defender.
Yeah, that ball was in the air a little bit too long, overthrown, but either Wilk or Shamani, both of them had a shot at it, as Lonzinski just seemed to throw it up with a little bit of pressure.
So it'll be 3rd down now and 14 from the 32. Clock stopped at 5:18 remaining in the half. Lonzinski rolls right under pressure, and he got it complete. I believe that was Slabinski. Going to be shy of the first down at the 38-yard line by 8, so 4th and 8 coming up. Looks like Coach Bennett again will play field position as they'll come out for the BLB Auto Sales punt.
Makes sense. They're playing pretty well defensively. The Bulldogs are. Again, Lonzinski was able to roll a little bit for that completion, but couldn't make up the yardage from that earlier loss.
Status are back for the Cougars to receive the punt.
Wilk to punt it away. A high, short kick that will bounce out of bounds, and waiting for the official spot. Looks like they'll say the 45-yard line of Hazelton area. So they get it back, Joe. 4.5 minutes remaining in the half, but only one timeout remaining. You see it there on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazelton second quarter scoreboard. Hazelton area on their opening possession, Wolf to Casadas. Bookman 2-point run, and that's the only scoring so far to this point. 8-0 Cougars.
They have Shamani isolated on Hansen to the lower part of your screen.
And it was Wolf on the keeper
With the carry.
as he'll get 2 to the 47.
That was made by Rowan Slabinski. Gain of 2
Again, a host of Bulldogs right there. A defensive front playing very well at this point, along with English, Kishbaugh,
Wolf, quick drop, looking for Shamani, got him! And Shamani, still on his feet, brought down at about the 36 of Berwick. It's a Grand Central first down.
Wolf has some time to make the throw. Shamani runs that
36-yard line.
slant. Hansen was off by about 3 or 4 yards, which was too much. completion for the Cougars.
Clock continuing to run, approaching 3 minutes remaining in the half. Play clock to 4. Cougars will have to hurry here. Down to 1. And they're going to get called for delay of game.
If you're going to do that from the sideline, obviously you need to be a little bit quicker. You can't afford a penalty in that situation. Make it 1st and 15 with 2:50 on the clock. 1 timeout left.
I could be wrong, but it almost seemed like they changed the play twice from the sideline.
Well, they may have, but when you signal in from the... You ever watch the college games, all those signs? I mean, that's what that is. Sometimes with 15 seconds, they'll give you one look, and all of a sudden with 10 seconds, it's another look.
Was it true during an Arkansas State game? I saw your picture on one of those signs.
Might have been.
Wolf, complete the Shamani. He'll get the penalty back +5. And for those that may be wondering why I said Arkansas State, your old assistant Butch Jones now heading that program.
Is that Arkansas State in the Sun Belt Conference? As you see, Shamani with the catch again, and just a little bit of a slant. He's able to find the space between the linebackers and the secondary. Picks up good yardage, 2nd and 4.
Casatis comes in motion. Wolf looking for the screen. It's Mathias. Mathias bowling his way near the 25. Looking at the spot, he's picked up a Grand Central first down.
Hansen played that screen to the short side pretty well. He got some help right at the last second by Kishbaugh, but here you see it. This was set up, could have been set up for big yardage. Picked up the first down.
Ball officially marked at the Berwick 25. Clock starts again at 1:40 and counting. Cougars 1 timeout remaining. This is Bookman straight up the middle. Bookman will get about 6 to the 19. And it'll put the Cougars in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone as they hustle to the line.
Little sense of urgency. They come out with trips to the left side. Plenty of time on the play clock.
3 receiver look to the top of your screen. Shamani at the bottom, but he's got some help defensively as Shamani will go up and get it. Shamani will be brought down by Hansen inside the 10. Good for another Grand Central first down.
Good throw by Wolf. They had a linebacker underneath, Hansen over the top, but Wolf found the slot between the two. You're going to see it right there and right there.
And they really went out of bounds, so that's big for Hazleton area. The clock stays stopped at 1:01 remaining, and 1 timeout left, 1st and goal from the 8. So really, at this point, Joe, with it 1st and goal, not a lot of panic. You don't have to rush around. Yeah. You got plenty of time.
Plenty of time, and you always have that 1 timeout we've talked about as Wolf comes out of the fake.
Throws to the back of the end zone looking for Casatis, incomplete. And that's what you expect from your Cedar quarterback. If Casatis can't get it, nobody can.
He got it over, made a decent throw, a little bit high. Casatis could not come down with it. 56.5 as Wolf goes back on the field.
2nd and goal from the 8. 3 receivers to the top. Shamani, the lone receiver, to the bottom, but Hansen again with help from Sheptok. Play action. Looking for Bookman. And Hawkins was there. He couldn't bring him down. Bookman trying to get to the outside. And he's in for the 2 Italian guys. Pizzeria. Cougar touchdown on the effort by Matthew Bookman.
Got the ball to Bookman in space. Pretty decent defense, but it broke down. Missed the tackle. Bookman rolls into the end zone. Right here, you have to be able to make that tackle. There you see Bookman with the score. That's a big score for the Cougars with 46.5 seconds left, second quarter.
Casadas' point after is up and no good. 46 and a half seconds left in the half. It's 14-0 Cougars. I believe we're keeping it here.
One of the things, obviously, at this point, you don't want to get too crazy with your offense. 46.5 seconds left in the half. I think you do what you can on the kickoff return, Marty, if you're Berwick. But as I said, don't take any chances, big chances. Turn it over, and
guess a lot will depend on the return where you have the ball to start. You do have the 2 timeouts remaining.
You have 2 timeouts. If you can get the ball to the 35 or 40, then maybe you can gamble a little bit. But if you start your offense any further in your own territory, deeper in your own territory, it's not going to happen. Like I said, you don't want to turn it over down there.
And Joe, I look across the way. Coming out of the bleachers is the Berwick High School Marching Band. We'll be hearing from them at halftime and get a look as Jim Burns will compile the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau halftime stats. We'll also look at first half highlights, in which Hazleton area leads 14-0 with 46 and a half seconds remaining in the half. Matthew Casadas on for the Barbush Automotive kickoff. A short kick that's going to go out of bounds.
So we're looking at the 35-yard line, Marty, to start this. 46.5 seconds left. Let's see what the Bulldogs decide to do. Hazleton's last score, Bookman, 8-yard run. Pass from Wolf. Kick failed. 8 plays, 55 yards. Wolf, 5 for 6 for 52 yards. That's a senior quarterback who's the leader. And Hazleton holds a 14-0 lead as you see the Blaze Alexander family dealership of Greater Hazleton.
First and 10 on your own 36.
First and 10, Berwick from their own 36. 2 timeouts remaining. Lonzinski out of the gun. He's looking left. Looks to Hansen. Complete. Hansen goes out of bounds. Takes about 5 seconds off the clock. And he also gains 6.
That's one of the things you can do is work the sideline. You have 2 timeouts, so if you get to throw the ball in the middle of the field for decent yardage, you can always use one of those. You have to be aware of the game clock.
Lonzinski looks to the right side and incomplete.
Pass intended for Dre Wilk is incomplete.
And the Berwick player is down. Matthews was on the coverage. That was Sheptalk. And he gets up and heads back to the huddle.
Looked like a decent throw by Lonzinski. Sheptalk couldn't come up with it. Coverage was pretty decent. Matthews was there. So we're looking at a 3rd down, Marty.
3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. Quick pass to Hansen. Shimani came up and knocked it away. Incomplete.
When you're running that route, you have to give the defensive back an idea that you're trying to take it up the field so you get some separation from him, Marty. He sat right on that route. He sort of jumped that short pass.
Bulldogs use their 2nd timeout before this 4th and 4. Ball's at their 42, Joe, and it looks like Coach Bennett's going to go for it here.
I'm not sure I wouldn't go for it. You want to take a chance here. I know you're, again, if it's a failure, if it's incomplete, or you cannot pick up the first down. Their defense is playing fairly well. They have 32.9 seconds, which will be less once this play is run. So I think it's something maybe if you have in your playbook hook and ladder or something along those lines, you might want to try to go after it.
So it will be 4th down and 4 for the Bulldogs. They'll be down to 1 timeout remaining and 32.9 seconds on the clock. And they are going to line up to punt with Wilk. We'll call it a BLB Auto Sales punt, but I'd almost beware after the timeout. And Wilk will kick it away. And it goes out of bounds. Looked like the official mark it just across the 30. So Hazleton Area will get it with 27 seconds. 1 timeout.
I can't argue with the punt, Marty. Obviously, you're only 14 down. I mean, it's not like you're completely out of this game if you're Coach Bennett and the Bulldogs. So you punt it. You have 27 seconds, as I said before, playing good defense. I think one of the things you have to be careful of here is Casadas, Shimani getting deep on you.
And it looks like Hazleton Area will run a play here on 1st and 10. And actually Wolf will take the snap and take a knee. Coach Bookman waves them to the locker room as the clock will wind down here in the opening half. Doesn't look like Berwick wants to call a timeout defensively. Coming up, we'll hear from the Berwick High School Marching Band. Get a look at halftime stats brought to you by Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau and compiled by Jim Burns. Get a look at first half highlights. Through a half here at Harmon Geist Stadium. This is the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton. Game of the week, Hazleton Area 14, Berwick nothing. You're watching the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton Game of the Week live on WILN.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Bar Bush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Bar Bush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571. 2 Italian Guys Pizzeria, 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazleton has all your favorites, from pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783.
We welcome you back to the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton. Game of the week, the regular season finale, week number 10. The rivalry game between Hazleton Area and Berwick has the Cougars in front on senior night here at the half by a score of 14-0. 2 touchdown passes in that opening half by Tyler Wolf. 1 to Matthew Casadas, 1 to Matthew Bookman. And the Cougars in front 14-0. And the Hazleton Area High School Marching Band on the sidelines to listen to the Berwick High School Marching Band. And we are moments away from hearing from the Bulldog Marching Band as they trot onto the field here at Harmon Geist Stadium.
Lost in a Dream is separated into 4 movements: Close Your Eyes, Alternate Reality, Nightmare, and Rest. Music selections include Tilly Tilly Boom, Strange Humors, Londonderry Air, and original music and the show is designed by Anthony O'Toole. The drill design is by Anthony McDonald. The Berwick High School Marching Band is led onto the field by drum majors Sophia Ambrosino and Amelia Marks. Soloists include Jasper Martinez, soprano, Frankie Alexander, tenor saxophone, Paige Ward, alto saxophone, Liam Welsh, trumpet, and Lexi McGrone, trombone. The staff for the 2022 season include Director Anthony McDonald, battery instructors Jake Demler and Patrick Smith, front ensemble instructors Jalen Gibson and Nathan Dubman, color guard instructors Felicia Knaus and Katie Holdren, brass tech Noelle Humphreys, and woodwind tech Sarah Koviak. Members of the staff and the band would like to thank the Berwick Band Boosters as well as the Berwick Area School District staff, administration, and school board for their continuous support of our program. Drum majors, is your band ready?
That has been the Berwick High School Marching Band, looking impressive in those sharp uniforms with their halftime performance. Just in case you're wondering, Game 1 is underway in Houston. No score in the bottom of the first here. Hazleton area leading at the half, 14-0. We'll be back with more right after this.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, Buick GMC. We are adding to the inventory, adding to the building, doing a bunch of upgrades, and adding to the team. I want to introduce you to some of these great players. Corey from Carbon County, Paul from Bloomsburg, Patrick from Stillwater, Chad from Bloomsburg-Berwick area, Werlin from Frackville, and Michelle from Cunningham. So whether you're from the coal region or the farm region, come see us at Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. And remember this, we take the deals, you guys won't.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Struggling to get a good night's sleep? Then look no further. Grand Central is here to help. Grand Central Sealy experts will set you straight. When you buy your mattress at Grand Central, you can expect free delivery and setup, free removal of the old unit, and interest-free financing for up to 60 months. And of course, Grand Central's everyday low prices. Grand Central in Hazleton, helping you make your house a home.
We welcome you back to Harmon Guys Stadium at the half. Hazleton area in front 14-0. We're moments away from getting a look at the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau. Halftime stats compiled by our very own Jim Burns.
Marty, we're looking at the Bulldogs. 4 first downs, 38 yards rushing, 49 passing, 87 total yards. They ran 19 plays, 4 penalties, 26 yards. I talked about Hazleton, the Cougars having to rush the ball to win. And as Jim Burns just pointed out, the first half sort of shot my theory down. First downs for the Cougars, 36 yards rushing, 6 passes, 182 total, 3 penalties, 15 yards. Neither team has a turnover. Passing game obviously big for the Cougars first half.
That was the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau halftime stats compiled by Jim Burns. We're moments away from getting a look at first half highlights from here at Harmon Guys Stadium. And we'll start with the Cougar opening possession. And on a 3rd and 11, they ran a draw with Ryan Mathias, picked up a big Cougar first down. And then Wolf back to pass. Goes across the middle. Casatis does a great job holding on to the football after the big hit by Bo Sheptok. One of the few times that Matthew Bookman found some running room was here, as he'll pick up a big first down on 4th down for the Cougars. And that'll lead to this from 31 yards out. Wolf would go to Casatis wearing the new number 7 tonight, and he would get 6 on this play. And after a Berwick penalty, Cougars go for 2. Bookman would go in for the 2. It was 8-0 Cougars after the 10-play, 66-yard drive that took 6:18 off the clock. Dre Wilk on a direct snap would rush this play deep into Cougar territory. Lonzinski would look for Kishbaugh. That would be a 4th down that the Cougars would hold on downs and keep it 8-0. Cougars marching into Berwick territory. Wolf would go for the screen to Mathias, and he would pick up a big 1st down for the Cougars. This drive, Wolf was 5 of 6 for 52 yards. Here he'd go to Connor Shamani to set up 1st and goal Cougars. And that would lead to Wolf finding Bookman, who would break 1 tackle and beat the defenders to the outside and get into the end zone. Point after was no good, and that's where we stand at the half. 14-0 Cougars. You're watching the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton Game of the Week. At the half, Cougars up. 3rd quarter next.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Bar Bush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Bar Bush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Hey, it's Todd Kern from Our Development. Some of you may know us as a company that only builds in our own developments like this one. But you know that we'll build anything, anywhere. If you own a lot and you need something built, just give us a call, we'll build it. We are a self-performing design-build company. That means we go from this concept to handing you the keys to this. It also means we do not hire subcontractors. Everything's in-house. And if you want to live in one of our developments, the view's not too bad.
The 44th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon will be broadcast live on WYLN TV 35 from the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts in downtown Hazleton. Watch it live on TV from 12 noon to 11 p.m. or come down and join us in person. There's Tricky Trays bake sales, live entertainment, and more. Year 44, sweeping cancer out the door.
We welcome you back to Armand Stadium, getting set for the third quarter of the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton Game of the Week. Cougars up 14-0. While we have a moment, Jim Burns gave us some individual stats. Dre Wilk, 2 carries, 22 yards for Berwick. Bo Sheptok, 5 carries for 8 yards. Matt Lazinski is 6 of 11 for 49 yards. Kishbaugh has 2 catches for 26 yards. For the Cougars, Ryan Mathias, 2 carries, 16 yards. Tyler Wolf, 3 carries, 15 yards. Matthew Bookman held to 7 carries, 8 yards. Wolf passing is 11 of 15, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns. Matthew Casatis, 4 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Connor Shamani, 3 for 39. Bookman, 2 for 8, and the touchdown. Cougars have run 30 plays to Berwick's 19. Therefore, big time of possession advantage, Joe. Hazelton area 16:01. Berwick's only had it for 7 minutes and 59 seconds. We are just about set for the start of the second half. Berwick won the opening toss and deferred, so they'll get the ball to start this third quarter. They're in the white, and they're looking to go left to right on your screen. Wilk and Sheptalk are back deep, awaiting the Barbush Automotive kickoff coming up from Matthew Casadas.
Casadas is going to kick from the right hash. Marty.
And it's a short kick taken by Sheptalk. He's across the 25. Sheptalk across the 45 before I believe Casadas was the one that pushed him out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
Good field position for the Bulldogs. Sheptalk quick enough to get it, field it off the ground, and then sets up the Bulldog offense at the 45.
Heading to the bottom of the second in game one in Houston, no score. Here, Hazelton area up 14-0. First possession of the third quarter belongs to the Bulldogs of Berwick. Lonzinski gave it to Sheptalk. Sheptalk into Cougar territory and appears to be just shy of the first after a gain of 9.
Again, try to run that ball to stretch the defense. You have some people that have good speed, can get it up the field. And that time they ran outside the tackle. Sheptalk was able to turn it up for 9 yards.
3 receivers set to the top of your screen. Sheptalk to Lonzinski's right, and they're going to try it to the left side, except Lonzinski kept it. And he'll pick up the first down and more. It's a Grand Central Berwick first down.
Lonzinski with a good carry to pick up the first down with the fake going to the corner.
It was a good fake, but it didn't have to be a good fake to fake me out, though, Coach.
Well, you know what, Marty, and one of the things we talked about is finding the ball. Now you got that man in front of Lonzinski, the motion man. It's tough to pick up the ball. Bulldogs starting off.
Lonzinski throws downfield, overshot Wilk as he had pressure up the middle.
Went for the big one, Marty. Wilk down the field, but good coverage. Lonzinski incomplete.
Guzman had the coverage, Joe, and he had some help from Bookman over the top.
Single receiver down the field, and again, throwing to the short side of the field. Ball's almost on the left hash. Bulldogs looking at 2nd and 10.
Cougars again show pressure. Lonzinski did a nice job of getting away from it and picking up positive yardage inside the 40 to about the 37 and a gain of 4.
Play again where you have the motion man. Lonzinski makes the fake right here. Makes the fake. Sheptalk has to do a better job of continuing the fake so that he can draw more defensive people with him. That might open something up.
So we'll call it 3rd down and 6 from the 37 of Hazelton area. Lonzinski rolls right. Got rid of it. Kishbaugh the catch and out of bounds with a Grand Central first down.
Play's been successful off the sprint. Lonzinski sprinting right. Kishbaugh right on the sideline makes the catch. First down for the Bulldogs. So they've come out here in the second half starting a little bit of a drive. Need to continue it.
Bulldogs come with a pistol look on 1st and 10 from the 29. Sheptalk will get the handoff. Sheptalk trying to bounce it outside. He eluded one tackler. Sheptalk down the sideline, and he's finally pushed out of bounds. They'll say he stepped out at the 16, I believe.
Eventually forced out of bounds by Connor Kundra
It's a Grand Central first down. Sorry, Joe.
Here you see it. He has some field, is able to run away from one tackle, then turns it up the field, stepped out, as you mentioned, Marty, at about the 19-yard line, approximately 18. So the Bulldogs continue their drive. 9:57, third quarter.
Ball on the 18 of Hazleton area has the Bulldogs in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone. Sheptalk bounces it back. And he's going to be hauled down. Coming up to make the tackle on the backside was Connor Kundrat.
You know, sometimes it just can't. Connor Kundrat played that very well. They went overloaded right. They tried to get Sheptalk to the field. He thought better of it and turned back, but Connor Kundrat, big defensive play. Now it's 2nd and about 15.
And Joe, in Houston, the Astros strike first on a Kyle Tucker home run, 1-0 in the second. Here, 14-0 Cougars. Berwick opening possession in the second half. Have a 2nd and long from the Cougar 25. Lonzinski down the middle of the field and overshot his intended receiver. I believe he was looking for Wilk.
Wilk had a little bit of room, but Lonzinski had pressure. Tried to make the throw, didn't happen.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 17, Joe, from the Cougar 25.
We're going to go back to probably 4-down territory, Marty. You get a punt off here, that wouldn't make any difference. Pretty good distance for a field goal.
Lonzinski being pressured. He's got to be sacked. Making the sack, Robbie Anderson.
I tell you, that doesn't give your offensive line is at a disadvantage here. You don't have to pick up all of it. You can pick up 10, 15 yards, make the throw. Once you see that pressure coming, but when you have your receivers all running for the end zone, you have no one to throw to. You got to have somebody underneath. Make the throw.
Sorry, Joe. I apologize. It looks like the Bulldogs will line up for a BLB Auto Sales punt.
Well, now, Marty, the ball's at the 35, so it does make a difference.
And at this point, it would be 4th and 28. Low snap, and Wilk's going to try to run it. And he is going to be brought down. I believe that was Kundrat. Cougars end up holding on downs, and they'll get it back at their own 38.
Big series for the Hazleton defense. Did a great job there. Put pressure when they knew. They laid their ears back and they went after Lonzinski. As I said, your offensive line for the Bulldogs really at a disadvantage with 5, 6 people coming.
Almost an option look here. Wolf rolls left. He's got running room. He's down the sideline, and he'll step out of bounds. And may have injured himself as he stays down.
He did a great job initially looking for a slight crease to get it up the field, but then he went down, and we're going to take a look at it right here. He slows down, picks it up. And right here, as he tries to go out, I don't know if he pulled something or, but he went down at about the 32-yard line.
Joe, I do not want to speculate, but I didn't like what he went and grabbed for when he was laying there in that replay by S.J. Kowalski.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait to see what this.
So we've seen it before where they would almost go with a wildcat look with Matthew Bookman. So we'll see what Coach Bookman elects to do here, as Wolf did pick up the Grand Central first down, but he did appear to injure himself as he went out of bounds at the 33, and he is being helped. They'll probably take him to the Lehigh Valley Health Network tent. Not a lot of pressure on that right leg to this point.
Well, let the trainers take a look at that, and did a great job leading the Cougars tonight for 3.5 quarters almost. I'm sorry, 2.5. And now is going to be checked out by the trainers. But he showed some savvy there by slow. And then when he saw the crease, he was up the field.
So I believe it'll be Bookman that'll take this snap on 1st and 10 from the Berwick 33. And actually, it went to Mattias, who handed off to Bookman. But the Bulldogs, not fooled as a host of white jerseys, hold them to no gain. It looks like Mattias is going to be the one getting the calls from Coach Bookman.
Again, Bulldogs defensive front. Harrison, Shuckers, Carroll, Andrews doing a nice job along with English to make the stop.
2nd and 10 from the 33. Mattias is going to throw it, tipped and incomplete. Slabinski tipped it. He was looking for Kundrat.
Great job by Slabinski, Marty. First thing you tell your people up front, get your hands up. The ball's thrown low. This is exactly what happens as Slabinski tips it. It's incomplete, so we're looking at 3rd down for the Cougars.
Ball marked at the 33, 3rd and 10.
Tristan's got to get out to 7. It's 2-man stay.
Mattias going downfield for Shamani and just overshot him, incomplete.
Shamani ran the go route. He was going to the end zone. Mattias made a nice throw. As we look at a 4th down for the Cougars.
And the way it looks, it is 4-down territory. They'll go for it. Now it looks like they're going to put on the punting unit and see if Casadas might be able to pin the Bulldogs deep.
You know, with Wolf in the tent, with the trainers looking at him, that pass play just reminded the Bulldogs that they could go long.
Wilt takes it at the 2. Trying to find running room. Does a nice job of bringing it across the 15. And the Bulldogs will get it back there with 6:55 left in the 3rd. And they trail it 14-0 on the Blaze Alexander. Family Dealerships of Greater Hazelton 3rd quarter scoreboard.
Wolf trying to make a play, Marty. See if he can get the Bulldogs on the board. Took that at about the 2 and got about 10 yards out of it. So, Berwick, 1st down, deep in their own territory. We're almost halfway through the 3rd quarter.
First and 10 Bulldogs. Lonzinski back to pass. Being pressured. And he's going to be hit and pushed back. It'll be a sack. A loss of 4.
10 to 15 yards. You don't have to throw 50 yards every time. 10 to 15, let the people who catch the ball try to make a play.
Second and 14 for the Bulldogs at their own 13-yard line.
You need to be aware of what's going on. We're putting pressure on. They're dropping people because Berwick's running those long routes.
Lonzinski downfield for Wilk, incomplete. Kundrat on the coverage, and it'll bring up 3rd and very long.
3rd down.
Still one out in the second, man on, and it's now 2-0 Houston. Game 1 of the World Series behind Justin Verlander.
And while I'm on a roll, the Phillies need to get one in Houston.
Yes.
Would be nice to get the first one, but they need to get one, right?
You want to come away with a split. Lonzinski here looking for a first down. He's going to heave it deep for Kishbaugh. Overshot everybody. Casadas had the coverage for the Cougars.
Well, you know what Casadas did, and Kishbaugh, they collided, which slowed the route down. So Kishbaugh wasn't going to get up the field. So good defense by Casadas. Bulldogs will have to punt it away.
Casadas and Bookman will go back deep as it'll be a BLB Auto Sales punt. It looks like Wilk will have to stand in his own end zone to punt this one away. Cougars hoping to get good field position after this exchange. Low kick. That'll go out of bounds. It'll depend on the official's spot.
Great field position, Marty. It's going to be might be inside the 30-yard line.
Looks like maybe the 21. They're going to mark it right at the 20, so the Cougars will start this drive in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone.
That's a real short field.
.5:58 left in the third, 14-0 Cougars. And again, Matthews comes back. I did not see Tyler Wolf emerge from the Lehigh Valley Health Network tent as of yet. And actually, Bookman takes the snap, and he's going to run with it. He's going to be brought down inside the 10. First and goal on the Grand Central, first down.
Bookman does a nice job cutting it back. There you see, pulling a lineman. Excellent job at the line of scrimmage by that Hazleton offensive line. Bookman takes it down. First and goal. Again, a lot of pressure on the defense. Come up empty in the very short punt.
And it looks like Bookman will be the one again to take the direct snap. First and goal at the 9. Bookman staring straight at that play clock in front of him. He's going to keep it. Trying to cut it back. And Bookman will be brought down after a gain of about 4, bringing up second and goal.
It's a version of the Crestwood offensive set where both men together, Schultz and the freshman quarterback, you never know where the ball's going. Bookman, and as you mentioned, Marty, using as much of the clock as they can as they are up 14.
Second and goal from the 5. Play clock down to 2. They get it off. It's Bookman. Straight up the middle. Bookman is into the end zone for a 2-10. Guys, Pizzeria touchdown, his second of the night. 1 receiving, 1 rushing.
Offensive line for Hazleton area again, as you see Bookman take the snap directly downhill. Great block at the point of attack. Sam Porro did an excellent job blocking.
And that point after kick is no good. 4:22 left in the third. The Cougars now lead it 20-0.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
This is your home, your car, and you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance.
In Hazleton, talk to State Farm agent Pete Keselica.
We welcome you back to Harmon Geist Stadium. The Cougars take the short field and increase their lead to 20-0. Casatis on for the Barbush Automotive kickoff.
Got to have a sense of urgency now, Marty. If you're the Bulldogs, you need to get something going here.
It takes a bad bounce on Wilk. He'll pick it up at the 3. Looking for room. Doesn't find a lot of it, and he's brought down shy of the 10.
Good coverage by that kickoff team. They spread the field. Wilk ended up trapped, really. Bulldogs start their offense again deep in their own territory. Marty, Hazleton's last score. Bookman, 5-yard run. Great blocking, led by Sam Porro. Kick failed, 3 plays, 20 yards after Berwick's attempt to get it down the field, and then the short punt. Bookman 3 rushes for 20 yards in that touchdown drive.
This is Sheptalk on first down, having some running room, and he is going to be brought down after a gain of about 9.
You know what, Marty? That's almost like a short pass. Get him the ball, let him get up the field. And that's exactly what he did. Picked up 9 yards on the play.
Get a look at the S.J. Kowalski replay. This will be Sheptalk again. And he doesn't pick up much, but he might have picked up enough for a Grand Central first down.
On the tackle for the Cougars. It is a Bulldog first down.
Picked up the first down. The problem now is you're 20 points down. You got the clock. Now you still have your 3 timeouts, but that clock now is starting to become your enemy, even though it's only the third quarter.
New set of downs, ball marked just shy of the 21st and 10. Lonzinski looking for Welk. Now he's under pressure, and he's going to be brought down for another sack.
Problem there is you're looking at one receiver. If you don't have anything,
Kevin Guzman,
you have to have a progression. I know it's hard many times in high school to teach that, but when you look at the defense, you have to have an idea. If my primary's not open, my primary receiver, who do I go to? Do I have a back that's coming out? Do I have a short out on the other side? That's just something that you have to learn.
Called 2nd and 12. Play action. Lonzinski now tucks it and runs. And he's going to be brought down after a short gain by Kundrat, shy of the 20.
Don't know if that was called or if he felt, Lonzinski felt pressure right away, but you're looking at a third clock running, and again, tough situation.
So back where basically they started 3rd and 10 from the 19. As Joe mentioned on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealership of Greater Hazleton third quarter scoreboard, clock running and approaching a minute and a half remaining in the third. Cougars show pressure. Lonzinski rolling right. He's going to be sacked again. Kayvon Miner with the sack.
Fourth down.
That sack will force the Bulldogs into a BLB Auto Sales punt.
Another nice job by the defense. Miner coming from the backside does a good job getting there.
Second straight punt out of his own end zone for Dre Wilk. Wobbly kick that'll take a Bulldog roll. And it's going to come to a stop right at midfield. So with 36.4 seconds left in the third, Cougars take over at midfield, leading 20-0.
Again, Bulldogs deep in their own territory. Couldn't start a drive of any kind, so the Cougars right at the 50-yard line.
And Joey has emerged from the tent. Tyler Wolf on crutches. Looks like an ice wrap on his right knee. And we hope that he is all right. And hope for the best for Tyler Wolf, a quality young man that we've got to know on WYLN the last couple seasons. We hope nothing but the best for that young man. So the Cougars will get the ball back. Bookman will hand it off to Kundrat, pulling his way right up the middle. Kundrat still on his feet. Has a Grand Central first down and more.
And we've seen that with Connor Kundrat a bunch of times over the last couple of games that we've done with the Cougars. Here you see it. 1, 2. He picks up 4 or 5 yards on his own after he had 4 or 5 yards.
And we have another Cougar player down. It might be Kundrat himself. Coach Bookman trots out to check with the training staff. I do believe it's Kundrat that's the injured Cougar.
You know, when you talk about seasons at any level, Marty, whether it be pro, college, junior college, high school, once you get near the end of the season and you're having a good year, it's because many times your injury are not working against you. You're able to keep your people healthy for almost the whole season. As Kundrat looks like he is getting to his feet. Applause from the fans. And with the kind of player Kundrat is, I mean, he has no regard for his physical being. He just tries to get it up the field. He's coming off under his own power with people around him.
So it looks like now, well, it looks like, I think first, I'm not sure Hazleton area has to run a play. I think that play clock's incorrect. I think it should be at 40. And if that's the case, I don't believe the Cougars have to run another play here in the third. But we'll wait and see. I've always been wrong before. Now it looks even.
It's going to be pretty close. I don't know that they need to get this off, but they very well may.
So they've inserted Kevin Guzman into the backfield next to Bookman. And it does look like they'll try to get one more off, and this will be Bookman himself.
Bookman on the carry.
Bookman across the 35, tripped up by Hansen at about the 32. And that brings the clock to zeros. Through 3. Hazleton area 20. Berwick nothing. You're watching the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton. Game of the week on WYLN.
Hey, it's Todd Kern from Our Development. Some of you may know us as a company that only builds in our own developments like this one. But you know that we'll build anything, anywhere. If you own a lot and you need something built, just give us a call, we'll build it. We are a self-performing design-build company. That means we go from this concept to handing you the keys to this. It also means we do not hire subcontractors. Everything's in-house. And if you want to live in one of our developments, the view's not too bad.
When you're looking for a great meal and a place to enjoy the game, choose Damon's Grill, serving a full menu featuring appetizers, dinners, and desserts, specials every day. Damon's Grill of Hazleton, the place to watch all the games with 10-foot projector screens and 33 TVs total. At Damon's Grill of Hazleton, the grill is always on.
We welcome you back to Harmon Geist Stadium. Start of the fourth quarter. Hazleton area up 20-0. Now have the ball at the Berwick 32 with a second down and short 4 coming up.
Field position has not been friendly to the Bulldogs here in the second half as the Cougars line up. 2nd and 5.
This will be Guzman. Kevin Guzman has a first down and more inside the 25 to the 22, a gain of 10 and a Grand Central first down.
Carry is good for a Cougar first down.
The Cougars now trying to crank up that run game we talked about pregame. Then the first half they used the pass, but the running game becoming, and at this point is when you want your running game to go, use the clock, possession, you're up by 20.
They're going to give this to Casadas. Casadas got strung out nicely. I believe that was Hawkins, who's had a nice game defensively for the Bulldogs, helped come up, bring him down, and they may have even lost a yard.
It was a good defensive play by the Bulldogs. Casadas was never able to turn up the field from here. He had to stay level. Good pursuit. And holds the play to a no gain.
So officially they call it no gain. So 2nd and 10 for the Cougars from the Berwick 22. Bookman trying to find room in the middle. Host of white jerseys bring him down as he gets inside the 20 to about the 18, a gain of 4, bringing up 3rd and 6.
Tristan English right there, along with Harrison Snyder from the defensive front.
3rd and 6 for the Cougars.
So with the ball marked at the 18, the Cougars are in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone for this 3rd down and 6. Cougars looking to milk this clock, leading by 20 here in the 4th. Bookman up the middle, stays on his feet, pulls his way to the 14. Bring up about a 4th and 2.
Bookman tried to turn that back inside. Bo Sheptock went on tackle.
4th and 2 for the Cougars.
As I said, Marty, at this point,
Joe, I thought they got a really good play when they ran it last time, and I'm certainly not doing the play calling, but so much attention on number 1, they may want to give it to Guzman again.
Who's a very capable ball carrier, by the way, and you're right, Marty, running out of that double look with that short pistol or whatever they're calling it today.
Continuing to let that play clock run down to 5. And actually, it's Matthews pulling his way in the middle. And I believe the spot and more gets him to the 10 and a Grand Central first down.
Matthews straight ahead. And you're going to see it right here. He gets a little bit of push from that offensive line.
Short of the first down.
I apologize. I thought they were marking it at the 10. They say he's short. So Berwick will get it back defensively. Nice stand for the Bulldogs.
And when I look at that, that was a very good stand for Berwick defense. When you look at it, his knee might have hit. Looked like his forward motion was over the line that marked the first down, but his knee might have
But we
letdown.
are having a conference show.
That's bad. Usually when I was on the sideline, when referees got together, I got nervous.
But it looks like they will mark it at the 13, so Berwick will get it back. As Joe mentioned on their last possession, 3 timeouts remaining, but only 8:34 on the clock, and they're down 3 scores.
Tough, Marty, at this point. You have to go 80-some yards. You have to do it.
And Lear's at quarterback. He took the low snap, and he's going to run with it and get across the 15 to about the 16.
Little different look as Lear moves it up the field. He is a junior.
2nd and 7.
We've seen him several times, Marty, both as a receiver, as a quarterback. Lines up again.
This time it'll be Sheptock, and he's got room again to that right side. And Sheptock very near the first down, and it looks like they'll give him a Grand Central first down at the 24.
Lear makes the handoff, but you have to continue with some kind of fake. You can't just look at the ball carrier. That fake may hold the backside. With Sheptock's speed, you're just trying to get him to the corner so he can make a play.
Lear again will take the snap, and he's going to be stacked up in the backfield. Coleman, the first one to hit him.
Tried to make the fake, then take it up the field. He can only go to the well so often.
Xander Coleman with the tackle for the Cougars.
And Jim Burns pointed out, and I think on all 3 of these plays, they've had Lonzinski out wide.
2nd and 12.
And Lonzinski will come in with the play. We'll see if that continues here on this 4th play of this drive. The clock continues to run. It's under 7 minutes remaining. And Lonzinski is back at quarterback on this 2nd and 12. 3 receivers set to the bottom of your screen. Lonzinski looking for the screen. It's Sheptock. Sheptock in open field. He's got a first down and more. Ball is loose. But I believe they're going to say he's down, and that's what I thought. Grand Central first down out across the 35.
Good play call. Stop the rush. Slow down the rush. And there's an example of, we talk about, he dumps it to Sheptock. Good blocking right there at the line, little beyond the line of scrimmage. And Sheptock's able to pick up 10, 15 yards on a first down. Problem is, clock is running.
1st and 10 from the 37. Lonzinski out to Kishbaugh. Short gain of about 3, but he got out of bounds to stop the clock at 6:20.
Short gain on the play, bringing up 2nd down and about 7.
Lonzinski under pressure. He's going to be sacked. Making the play, Ryan Magus.
Magus came like a freight train. That he's supposed to be picked up by, if the linemen are engaged, by a back that's in the formation. Didn't happen.
I almost wonder, Joe, the way he pumped and was looking at Sheptock, I wonder if they were trying to run that screen again. But, you know, you got to at least slow Matthews down, right?
Well, and I think if you give that up, he has a running start. I mean, he's coming like a freight train, tough to get the ball off.
Lonzinski pumps. He's going deep for Hannon. It's picked off by Casadas. Casadas right up the middle of the field. And he's going to be brought down at the 25. He was looking for Billy Hansen, and Casadas stepped in front for the pick.
Well, he played center field. Lonzinski made a throw here. And there you see Casadas. He just sat back and waited for the ball to go up and then returns it for good yardage.
So 1st and 10 Cougars, 5:22 remaining. Ball marked at the Berwick 25. As the Cougars will go to 8-2 and await their assignment next week. Site and time to be determined, and opponent as well.
Playing well. Hopefully injuries don't get to them as we look forward to next week when they're in the playoffs.
Bookman straight up the middle, and he'll gain about 5 to the 20. That'll put the Cougars in the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau red zone, and that great segue, Joe, into coming up Wednesday night at 7, the first airing of Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football with head coach Dennis Bookman. He'll talk about playoffs and this game against Berwick and have a guest from the Cougar football team, and sure he will talk a little bit about those injuries as well. Sports Talk coming up Wednesday night at 7.
As the elder Jim Morris said, playoffs!
Talking about playoffs?
Playoffs!
2nd and 5 from the 20. Bookman looking to pass. Got hit by English. And now the next one to get him was Harrison Snyder for a loss of 2.
Looked like he wanted to go downfield. Did not. Took the ball straight up the field. Berwick did a good job defensively. Clock 4:10 counting.
Should have gave it to the president standing next to him, Mr. Matthews. He threw a nice ball in that third quarter.
I'll tell you what, he's a very, talk about someone who's versatile. I mean, he goes from running back to quarterback to plays defense. Ryan Matthews, important part of this Cougar football team.
Play clock continuing to run. Down to 5 as they'll snap it to Bookman. Trying to find room, but Berwick stretched it out nicely. And they'll stack up Bookman and bring him down to bring up 4th down.
Stayed in inbounds, so the clock will continue to run. 4th and 8, 4th and at the Berwick 23-yard line.
In the third, Joe, second home run by Kyle Tucker is a 3-run shot. It's now 5-0 Houston over the Phillies as they've gotten to Aaron Nola for 5, not through 3 as of this moment. And here Hazleton area may take this all the way down, take a timeout.
I'm sure that's what they're thinking at this point.
And it is a Cougar timeout leading 20-0.
Hazleton takes their first timeout in the second half.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, Buick GMC. We are adding to the inventory, adding to the building, doing a bunch of upgrades, and adding to the team. I want to introduce you to some of these great players. Corey from Carbon County, Paul from Bloomsburg, Patrick from Stillwater, Chad from Bloomsburg-Berwick area, Werlin from Frackville, and Michelle from Cunningham. So whether you're from the coal region or the farm region, come see us at Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. And remember this, we take the deals, you guys won't.
Tyrone Supermarket, 819 Alta Street in Hazleton. Quality since 1941, specializing in a variety of beef, steaks, chops, chicken, and homemade specialty items. 570-455-1565.
We welcome you back to Harmon Guy Stadium on the Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships of Greater Hazleton scoreboard. Coming up 4th and 7 for the Cougars. 2:33 remaining in this 20-0 ball game. Bookman looks to take the direct snap again. And he's going to give to Casadas, trying to break to the outside. He has the first down, and he'll be forced out of bounds inside the 10 for the Grand Central first down.
Again, Casadas using his speed. And we're going to take a look at this little bit of a reverse. Casadas has nobody in front of him. Hansen comes up. Good pursuit there.
How about down the field, Joe Harrison? Snyder helped push him out of bounds.
That's what I said. Good pursuit from that defensive lineman as we now look. Casadas went out of bounds, so it's the clock is stopped. But
first and goal from the 10. It's be Guzman. He got hit in the middle, stayed on his feet, and then got pushed back. Look like forward progress, may say the 8. I'll bring up second and goal, but the bigger number for the Cougars is keep an eye on that game clock as it will go under 2 minutes before they have to snap it again.
Yeah, they just started the play clock, so he has plenty of time back there to milk the game clock with the play clock now at 30. Coach Bookman sending Matthew Bookman into the game. 15 seconds left on the play clock as Cougars will wind up a regular season 8-2, which is very impressive.
That's Mattias this time on second down, as he'll get another gain of 2 to make it third and goal from the 6. And they haven't started. There's the play clock starting now. Hazelton area may need to just run one more play as long as Berwick doesn't use a timeout, and that may do it.
Yeah, we're under a minute. Cougars, I mentioned this before, Marty. Berwick spent the entire second half pinned in their own territory.
Bookman checking that play clock, which is down to 5. They give it to Guzman. And Guzman will get down shy of the goal line to the 1, but as we mentioned, Hazelton area does not have to run another play. As it's fourth and goal, it does not look like Berwick is going to take the timeout.
Bulldogs will end up 4-6, Marty. Don't know about playoffs, but the Cougars celebrating.
The end of the game with the final score.
We're going to take a break as the Cougars go to 8-2. With this 20-0 victory, we'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Sally Purcell's Country Inn in Sugarloaf. Open daily, Tuesday through Sunday. Stop in for lunch. Join us on Wednesday for wing night, Thursday for rib night. For weekend specials and reservations, call Sally's at 570-384-3478.
We welcome you back. Happy Halloween weekend. Keep an eye out for all those trick-or-treaters this weekend as the Cougars come away with the 20-0 victory and go to 8-2. And just below our Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazelton Game of the Week graphic, you can see the crutches as Tyler Wolf, the last in line, being greeted by the Berwick team. And Hazelton, as you mentioned, Joe, improved to 8-2 before their playoff assignment next week. But the major concern for Coach Bookman and his team is going to end up being the status of the injured players, in particular in that second half, we saw Tyler Wolf and Connor Kundrat leave with injuries and not return.
That's one of the things, and we talked about that, Marty. It's one of the things that you hope doesn't affect your run to the playoff. But we want what's best for the young man. Tyler Wolf has done a great job as the quarterback for the Cougars this year. And I'm sure they'll be rehabbing heavily over the next week.
And so we mentioned Sports Talk coming up starting this Wednesday at 7 with head coach Dennis Bookman. He'll go over this game and I'm sure give whatever updates he possibly can. And being around this program, Joe, we've gotten to know a lot of these young men and wish the best for those two young men, Tyler Wolf, Connor Kundrat, quality young men, and hope nothing for the best for both of those players for Hazleton area. As we mentioned, and I'm not even going to try to guess, Joe, on the PowerPoint system. I will freely admit that I have no idea how to do it, so a lot to yet to be determined as far as seeding, who Hazleton area would play and where. Definitely stay tuned to WYLN, and as always, Steve Stallone from the Hazleton Standard Speaker, I'm sure will also keep you updated as far as where and when the Cougars will play and who that opponent may be next weekend as the start of inter-district start between District 2, 4, and 11 in 6A. And Berwick also hoping to get in there and see what they can do. As we talked about last week, Joe, probably the biggest win so far in Coach Bennett's first year was that game against Dallas, where I don't think a lot of people gave them a chance with the Mountaineers coming in at that point undefeated and Berwick giving them their first loss. So that goes to show this Berwick team can be dangerous if you're not ready to play them.
They played well that game, and Coach Bennett talked about that now, how if you play 4 quarters, that good things can happen. That playoff teams involved there, Dallas, Crestwood, Valley View, maybe Berwick, not sure if they'll get in or not, but that's a tough road to go through there.
And as Jim Burns had mentioned, if you really want to be successful in that, you probably want to be the one where between Valley View, Dallas, and Crestwood, where you're, hopefully if chalk holds, you don't have to beat 2 of those 3 teams. You'd only have to beat 1 to be a district champion.
Exactly.
So this is our regular season finale. We're not sure what's going to happen next week, so we want to thank the greatest production crew you can work with here at WYLN. We'll end up seeing their names shortly on our graphics. Thank you so much. Thank you to Jim Burns, giving us great stats, making the 2 of us look good, because as we heard, he's the hardest worker up here, Joe.
He's the only worker.
Buddy, another great season. It's been a pleasure.
I enjoyed it, Marty. Always enjoyed it, and high school football's it's a great sport, and I enjoy it.
And definitely stay tuned to WYLN. If we do have any playoff action, we will let you know. If not, thank you so much for joining us this 2022 regular season. It's been a great season of football. So now for our director, Barry J.S., and our outstanding production crew that you see there. For Stats by Jim Burns, for Joe DeMelfi, I'm Marty Burns saying so long. This has been a WYLN Sports Special presentation on Senior Night. The Cougars go to 8-2. Winners, 20-0. Good night from Harmon Guy Stadium in Hazleton.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.